pretty much ready to do the floor. I'm doing a French pattern for the travertine here. And what I did is I made sure that everything's flat this way and flat that way. And the flat part is going to be already chalked a line going straight here for the first row, and then same thing here. And so what I'll do is I'll have all straight cuts here, and I don't have to cut anything because you can see I got them all where it's level there. So my cuts will be on the left and in the back, which the left will be here. Most of it's going to be behind the vanity, behind the toilet, and behind the tub, and same thing behind the tub. So you won't see those cuts as bad as if I was to cut here where you would see it walking in. All right, here's the floor. We dry fitting it right now. Dry fitting it because we had to cut all those at the edge and some of those on that side and put my holes for the tub, water lines, vent for the heat. And I had to cut the toilet flange. I cut that one twice and it cracked on me twice, so I epoxied the little crack. It was just a small crack. Alright, I just started putting the towel down. I accidentally got rapid set, thin set, so it's drying. It's been like 2 hours or an hour and a half. It's already drying, and it dries in 2, so not a big deal, but just got to work faster. I got everything over here, so I could just grab them and put them over there. So this thin set dries in 2 hours. You can grout in 2 hours, it says, because it's rapid set. So I could probably walk on this, no problem. It's been about almost 2 hours. So that's pretty cool about it. It's just you got to go really fast. If you don't go fast, the stuff dries so quick, and if you got a tile that you got to align better, good luck. Alright, just finished the floor, except for the last tile over there, which I got to do a grinder cut. So I just left that one for tomorrow because I can barely reach over there. Glad I'm done, finally. This was a pain in the butt, this design. This French pattern's no joke. I have a little bit of dyslexia, so it gets me, it's just mind-boggling how much work it is to do this. I get everything backwards, so this just took me a long time to do. I'm glad it's over. And if anyone's actually doing French pattern, here's the printout. If without this, I wouldn't have been able to do this design at all. I lost track of where I was so many times, and I had to go back. I probably looked at this probably over 500 times. We just cleaned the wall and the floor from any extra thin set that spilled through the cracks, and used the grout file to clean out anything that's high. Be careful, this tool can chip the towel, so you got to be gentle. So like right here is a little high spot, and right here. I'm gonna get that free so the grout will actually get in there. Alright, so whenever you're doing tile, travertine, marble, any natural stone, you have to seal that. I'm gonna use a 511 impregnator sealer. You have to seal the tile before you grout over it. If you don't, and I'm gonna seal it probably twice. If you don't seal it, all of the grout will stick to everything. I mean, it's gonna stick no matter what, but this will help clean up better. Because if not, you know, this is natural stone, all that grout's gonna want to stick into all of these little pits and stuff. And I actually want to see these little pits and stuff. I don't want them to be filled. All right, now to do my last tile over there, I gotta go and grind out. I'm just gonna do a box because you're not gonna see it. It's gonna be under the sink. All right, the mosaic tile's done. Now I was going to use like a Schluter trim piece at the top. I think it would have looked a little better. I didn't have enough. They were out of stock at Home Depot. It's the only place I know to get it. But because this is like a real rock, it doesn't look bad from the top, especially where they cut it. It's just real shiny. So what I'm thinking to do is grout it and see how it looks, because the grout is going to show here on every seam. But if it doesn't look so bad, then I'll just caulk this joint and leave it like that and then paint the wall. But if it looks bad, what I'm going to do is grab some more mosaic tile, go up another 2, and then I'll put that on. See, 2 will give me just enough to clear. See that? So I sealed the grout twice, but I'm ready to grout. But all these little pits, a lot of people will fill them in with the grout. If you got any crystals or any shining, sparkling crystals inside that you want to keep, you have to, well, I'm taping them up because I want to keep them. We'll see if this method works, if it messes with my, I don't think it'll mess with the sponge grout, grout sponge, but just make sure, I'm just making sure all the ends are down, because if it hit the end, it'll want to pull up the tape, and then you have to stop every so often to fix that. So I'm going to try this method out and see if I'm able to keep a lot of these holes from getting filled in, because I actually kind of like them. To me, it gives it texture and it gives it the unique look to the rock. See, like right here is a nice white crystal. Alright, so I put in a little niche trim, Schluter trim, and corners are pretty good. I 45'd them. This one's a little bit off, but if I pull it down a little bit, it's in there. So I can remember when I put the thin set to push this down a little bit. It should be good. Alright, just finished cutting my tile. Here I already laid this one, pre-mixed thin set. And now I'm gonna mix up some rapid set, thin set for the natural stone here. This is just laid in there. I cut the width a little wider, and then I have these laid in the inside on the sides. It's looking really good. Alright, just finished the rapid set, thin set on this niche here. It's pretty good. Came out real nice. Pretty happy with the results. Still not dry yet. Yeah, looking real good. You can see some of the crystals in there. Like right there. It's pretty cool. And we're gonna have the chandelier. It's gonna sparkle. It's gonna sparkle all this travertine crystal. It's gonna look pretty cool. All right, so we're using a non-sanded grout because, why? Because our joint is 1/8, or it's actually 1/16, but a lot of them opened up to about 1/8 inch grout line. So 1/8 inch and lower needs to be non-sanded. So we're using the color platinum. All right, I'll try to get this on camera, but you see how the pits are filled in a little bit right there with the grout, and where I put the tape, if I peel the tape back, it's nice and clean. There's no grout in here. It's sparkling, the little crystals inside, but here it's not. So it is working. The tape is working. So if you really wanted to keep the whole thing without any grout in the tits, you could tape up the whole tile. And if you scrub real hard, you could still get it out, but when it's real deep, you can't get it out. All right, here's the floor with the grout. Platinum color. All the way around, everything's platinum. And I already got the haze off with the microfiber cloth. And it came out really nice. Niche is pretty cool looking. It looks three-dimensional. So when you look at it from here, you can see the floor color, the travertine. You can see the design here from the border. So it's pretty cool. And now I did put grout in all of my corners. You're not really supposed to, but I did it anyway because I can always add. I have the caulking, sanded caulking for tile in the same color, platinum, that I'll just go and put over that. Just finished 2 coats of paint. Gallery White is the color by Bear Paints. Satin finish. And it's different color up top. I think that's called Ice Sculpture at the top. It's a little more bluish. And this was a little more grayish, but it looks kind of white. They're in the white category. But with tint, they're tinted whites. So next, I still gotta paint this trim here. And the window needs to be painted, but I think I need to take the windows out and sand them. Or at least sand them here before I paint them, because they're kind of rough. Alright, I'm installing the crystals in this chandelier. I gotta do this one by one, 120 times. And we gotta put the little balls on, and they actually kind of hurt your fingers trying to get them on. Is that painful to do?
Yeah.
Hurting your fingers, huh?
Just a little bit.
So you gotta take these crystals and put them on the clips on, and they really hurt your finger. Alright, here's the chandelier. I have it on a dimmer, so pretty nice. Got this on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. 120 piece chandelier set. That's just 120 pieces, but each piece has many crystals on it. So I don't really know what's the total crystals, but it's quite a bit. Alright, just finished hanging some pictures on the wall. Alright, got my mirror over here. And this one's actually got a push button right here you can turn it on and off with. Right there. And a defrogger. Defroster. And I put a picture over there, centered to the wall. Now this, when I moved, I broke this glass, so we gotta get that fixed, but that's how it's gonna be. And so now next I gotta get the tub in and the toilet, sink, and vanity. I still have to drill a hole here for the toilet, water port. Everything else is ready though. I pre-drilled the hole right here. And this is a cheap, I think I paid 10 bucks or something on Amazon. It came with two. And it drilled it out just fine. Nice little circle. There you go, you see the hole? I gotta go a little farther. I can't reach all the way down, but yeah, it's quite a deep hole, that's why. But yeah, it went through it like nothing. Natural stone. I'll put a link in the description for this bit right here. It's doing a real good job. Alright, I did the same thing, drill a hole through this first and use that as a guide. And I'm using a Diamond Max Milwaukee blade. It cuts through porcelain tile stone. Like butter. Alright, that gets me through the natural stone. Alright, for this I'm using some stainless steel screws. They're sheet metal screws, but they'll go through the plywood I got down there just fine. I got through the stone, so I should be able to get these through that now. That's solid. It's got a good 1.5-inch grab to it. All right, it doesn't say which one's hot and which one's cold, so it just shows you a red mark here and a blue mark. The red mark's on this side, so I'm assuming this is the hot port and this is the cold port. So you just screw in there. Probably easier to do it just to take these out. Put them in first. Alright, snugged them down with the wrench. So I couldn't go no more, but I didn't over tighten them. Alright, so if you have a problem and you didn't make the hole big enough and these things keep twisting inside, build the whole thing and then just put it in, and then you can just bolt it down. So that's what I'm going to do, because I had my hoses twisting on me as I was tightening the top on, and I didn't drill the hole big enough for it to swivel around there. Now I'm going to have mine positioned where the sprayer's in the back so you don't see it as much, and I have this in the, kind of at a caddy corner, because I'm doing a caddy corner look to my freestanding tub. Alright, now I'm done. Just push this one down, there's a little seal around it. And that's it. And then you just hook up the hot and cold line hookups from underneath the basement. You can put a shut-off valve if you want down there, and then you're good to go. And last is the sprayer that comes with it. That's pretty easy, just screws on. And this is actually the on-off valve for the sprayer. If you turn it this way, it turns on the hose. If you turn it this way, it's the sprayer. So yeah, there it goes like that. Let's see, I'm doing a caddy corner style. Some people just like it at the end, in the middle. I'm doing caddy corner. It looks better. It gives you more space in when you have a smaller bathroom. This is only, I think, 8 by 7, so it's a little bit smaller bathroom. If it was bigger bathroom, I could put it wherever, in the middle or even on the side. I'd probably put it on the side of the tub rather than out in the front of it. That's how it looks. Pretty easy to install it. Matches the chrome chandelier. If anybody's interested in this one, I'll put it in the description as well as everything else that I'm doing to this bathroom. Alright, just got my tub in place. All I had to do is plumb it from the basement. It'll screw on from inside the basement. I'll have a hole already there, and I'll just get that pipe out there and twist it on. Put some silicone on before that. And I also got the mirror in place in the vanity where it's gonna go. See that? It's pretty nice. Let me turn on the chandelier a little bit, and you can see the little. And this one's pretty cool. You can turn it on and off with your finger. It's got a defroster if it gets a lot of mist in here, which you shouldn't really with the tub, but if it does, you can turn that on and it will keep it from getting water on it, which is pretty cool. And then it has a dimmer. You can hold the button down and it will brighten or it will dim. Hold it again and it'll dim it down. So it's pretty cool. I don't think I paid more than 200 bucks for this thing, so it's well worth it. I'll put a link in the description below. Toilet almost installed, and the vanity and the mirror. This is pretty much going to be the way it is. As you see it, I just have to do the plumbing. The hole's already done. All I have to do is put the pipe in there. Same with this. Got to knock out the little plug and add my cold water there and do the plumbing there. Everything's already drilled and ready for the plumbing. Check it out with the light on. Turn it all the way up. So it's looking good. The floor is looking good too.